What's up, Blue Chips? Welcome to... I do not understand why my screen is black. What the... We'll figure that out in a second here. It's not black for real, but it's black on OBS for whatever reason. Let's roll the intro. Alright, so I need to figure this out, huh? Let's, try... bottom. Boys, what's going on, man? So... even when I put the mouse on the screen, it's not coming up. Properties. Try changing display. It's not working either. Properties. Go to 2. Okay. All right, so you might lose me for a second here. I'm going to exit out and get back in, see if that fixes it. All right, hopefully that brings me back online because now it is working. Let's pull up YouTube. There we go. Constantine, welcome. What's going on, man? All right. So glad we got that fixed. It was a quick one. Just had to restart OBS there. Got about 3 minutes here till open. Not really seeing too much. Pull up the scanners here. Kind of checked everything. Got MBT right here off the gapper list as well as AOBC. They're right there together. Those are the top two that I can short. It's a little bit lower priced. MBT is about 100 mil float. AOBC is a little bit over 50. But other than just having these two up, we're just going to be paying attention to the scanners and seeing what they want to give us. Stefan, what's up, man? Oh, I went to sleep nice and early last night at 9:30 Eastern. So I got to sleep until about 5:30 when my oldest, for some reason, just didn't want to sleep past 5:30. So I'm glad I went to bed nice and early. So I'm going to actually try to get back into the routine of things. I feel like my youngest is finally to the point now where he'll let me. As far as eating a little bit better, getting water into my system nice and early, as well as starting to lift some weights again. So I bought them weights a little bit ago, kind of as a birthday present to myself, to really kind of start getting back into it a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead when I lay my son down today for a nap. I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that and see if we can get back into the swing of things. I know that myself, just like knowing yourself as a trader, that when I lift, I tend to eat better as well because you don't want to waste your workouts. AOBC possible shorts around 670, 690. What do you think? Well, I mean, if we want to go look at the daily, we can take a look. See, we got the high of $7 there. We're currently at, 640 area. So we're already above all this. Little bit of a gap fill here. What was the low here? 750. So I would actually think look for the double top here. If it goes through 7, look for it to fill the gap at 750. That would be kind of my guess. If it wants to make a bigger move, that is. So we're actually going to open up a little bit up here where it's going to be a little bit of a gap up from close yesterday. So we shall see. But 670, 690, not exactly sure what I would be seeing there. OCGN. It's on SSR. I also cannot play it. No shares available. Looking at the daily, is this a new IPO? It's only going back to September 30th. Not something I'd be interested in. I mean, unless you're looking for a long. And then in that case, I would be looking for a big washout at the open if I were to get long. Speaking of which, we got about 19 seconds here until we open. Good luck, everybody. There's the bell. See if we can't find something. Yesterday was Shit Show Tuesday. We couldn't find nothing. But it seemed like it was a good thing because there was really nothing to be found. some people, I mean, we took that paper trade, and some of the guys from ISW actually didn't paper trade that. They took it for real and ended up taking a little bit of a loss on it, but you know, sometimes it happens. I just know of two people that took it for sure, and they both managed it fairly well. So it looks like MBT is kind of going the wrong way. Yeah. One of these days I'll be able to play TVIX. That'll be nice. So there goes OCGN. Kind of giving you a little bit of pop and volume. Man, MBT would have been nice for a little bit of a hangover, but that's not exactly what I was thinking. This could be more of a dip and rip. Dip at the bell and then try to continue on the gap up there. Wonder, was MBT on earnings? I don't even know, to be honest. All right, so we got AOBC here, making a little bit of a move. Some volume coming in. I think this is the only one I didn't look at. So, oh, this is the one. Okay, yeah. So we'd be looking for this closer to 7. Watching if it breaks 175 area. Yeah, that would be the high of day. So that's a bit of a breakout trade there. Not my style, but obviously a lot of people do that. Was hoping AOBC would kind of continue there. Volume started coming in. It would have been nice if we would have made a move up there towards 7. Definitely would have started a position there. Wouldn't be a normal day if you didn't see OSTK on the scanners, one way or the other. I feel like we're definitely not going to play MBT, so let's see. IRBT is going off on the other scanner. Am I still on the scanners? I am, so you guys can see it. Let me go back to my charts. So IRBT making a nice little flush here. So if you guys are interested in the intense moves the other way, this is going off on the other scanner, the minus I3 scan. The ideal intensity. I'm missing an I. There's a third I. Indicator, I think, is the third. Honestly, I should know that, but I just call it I3, so really nothing moving too much. This is the only thing that's really moving, per se. TNP. Let's take a look at that over here. Got no shares there. I also believe TNP is on the shorter side of float. 73 mil, okay. So that would have been nice if we had shares there if it wanted to run, but low volume as well, so probably wouldn't have been interested. I've been learning my lesson a little bit too much on the lower volume trades. So IRBT still kind of doing its thing. It's not low volume, but actually it has decent volume. It's just this candle's kind of throwing it off a little bit. Now why? Oh, you know what? I was wondering why that looked different. I need to save it on that one as well, but I'd say I changed my charts the other day. I don't even remember what was it, IRBT. And we had OCGN and AOBC. I just like it better not having the lines there. It's a little bit easier to see for me. So this would be a move I wouldn't be surprised if somebody like GDT and some of the other guys in ISW would play. This just isn't my type of move. But if I were to be playing this, I would probably be looking for a 51 flush. NAT. I like the looks of the stats on that. It's got good volume. We got no shares there. I tried to make a move off the bottom there, a little bit of a dip and rip, but we don't have any shares available. UNFI. Do have shares here. If this wants to make a bit of a run. Volume's not great. Scroll out, we got that big consolidation area here at 750, 760. I'll kind of leave this chart up, see if it wants to make a move on volume up to that 760 area. OCGN is trying. It's trying to kind of grind its way up there. There's a big pop off the bottom there, off IRBT. That one was right off the scanner. I wanted to show you guys, by the way. Check this out. Check out the merch. I mean, I gotta lower them. Ordered a nice little shirt here. I can't see through it, so hopefully you guys can see it. I like that. I like that. Pretty nice. It's pretty comfy. It's just a normal Hanes shirt, but I like it. IBN. We'll keep that one up. We'll keep. I kind of wanted to pay attention there to IRBT just to see what it did. IBN breaking out. Guess I would have to do it that way. All right, so we do have shares here. Was IBN here on the scanner? Did not see it, unless it was going off while I was showing you my shirt. It is kind of breaking out, but it's not really an intense move, so that's probably why the scanner didn't necessarily pick it up. Let's keep an eye on it here. Good eye though, Mr. Nice. I need to put up a mirror so I can see around my green screen. He loves playing on the table that's behind it. What you doing, bud? Looks like nobody's really trading this morning. I mean, the market's in a weird place right now. We'll leave that up. We'll go ahead and get rid of OCGN here. This is something that we're not interested in. AOBC, I'd still like to see that go up towards 7 if it wants to make a run, especially now that we have a little bit of a high set there. So we'd be looking for the extension away from there. As you can see, the range is about 30 cents. So if we can get up to 7, that would be almost perfect. We'd look to enter a position there. And this just feels a little bit grindy for me on IBN. What's the float on this anyway? This feels higher. Yeah, 3.23 billion. So that's why. So it might be breaking out. But when you have I was looking at the level 2, but it's definitely something I'd probably stay away from unless it really made some kind of crazy intense move. All right, we got some action here. NNA, that's a lower volume. These are probably getting pumped by whoever. These two might be together. Nope, I don't have shares on either of them anyway. Doesn't sound good. No crying, we're good. How do you like the Sterling platform? Somebody give this guy a drink of water. He keeps clicking his lips and making mouth noises that are so loud and annoying. Me? It might just be the way that I talk. I have water. I'll drink some for you. Damn hater. Dang. Make me self-conscious about my mouth clicking. Somebody said ACAD is worth a look. Let's see. Do you have shares there? Take a look at the daily. A little bit of a slower mover. Got some decent resistance coming up here. Let's see. Say SSI is the one that's going off there. We already know we don't have shares. So we're coming up to there. Then we got more over 44, but we're nowhere near that. So there's our line up there around 41. A little over 41. So we'd probably want some kind of a move up there. Yeah, I see NAT on the scanner, but I don't have any shares available, so. It's another one. Let's take a look at the daily. Probably see what area that is right here. Why is there a red line on my chart? I don't like that. It's making it seem like I'm in the position. It's kind of scary. I guess just because I was zoomed out. So 450 area, that's why I would kind of be interested in that area. It's already obviously above this resistance. So if you're going to play that, expect around 450 at least. So around $4 wouldn't be a bad place to start that if you were going to look to get short. Sterling platform, by the way, Stefan, it's not bad. I don't mind it. Getting used to it. Guess I should do that so I know whether I'm in something or not. I guess it would be up there. But JE. Just really nothing working. So JE's coming back up off the bottom. Not that much volume. NAT would be a nice one if we had shares. Just not with the account size that we're in. You know, if we were trading on a $25,000 account, you know, it's paying $25 for a short locate wouldn't be such a bad idea, but we're not quite there yet. FPRX, no shares there. A little bit lower of a float anyway. There's a lot of them that are kind of up there, but we don't have shorts on it. We've already checked all these. So we didn't check OGI. Nope, no shares there. Hexo. Short Trader has them. Yeah, Short Trader also doesn't have some of the ones that I have, so it happens. Every broker is going to be a little bit different when it comes to having shares available. Plus, with Short Trader, you're paying $4.95 every ticket. That's always fun, right? Instead of $2.95 over here at CMEG. Especially when you're scaling in and out of trades, you know, every time you hit that button, it's $2. It adds up. I do feel like my lips are dry now, Mr. A-Cash. Now you're making me feel like I'm dehydrated. Get the old brain fart. What's it called when somebody says something so you think you have it, but you don't? It's a something effect. Wow, how am I not? I say it all the time, too, to my wife about my kids, but for some reason I can't think of it off the top of my head. OMI, volume's really low there. MEET, same thing. Frustrating, very frustrating. AOBC, trying. Keeping an eye on that one up there in the top right. What you got? You gonna try to get up here? You can't have the spider. Your brother will kill me. There's a spoon? Yeah, the spider disappeared, didn't it? Yeah, you can have the spoon. Good job. Ooh, and a car. Where'd you find that at? It's hiding. All right, AOBC going for a bit of a breakout here. It's on lower volume, but we'll see if the volume comes in here, if it does decide to break out. Mr. Nice, I don't see that changing. They, along with CMEG, have a stranglehold still on people with the non-ability to put $25,000 into a U.S. broker to avoid the PDT rule. There goes Nat breaking out again. So just to let you guys know, if we would have entered this position and it didn't break down, we probably wouldn't have, because it really wasn't an extension. But just for anybody that's curious of the strategy that I'm using, we look for breakouts over previous resistance, and we look for it to extend away from that, all in one big move on some volume. And so if you were to enter here looking for this just to come back down to here, obviously it didn't. It started to consolidate for a few minutes, and then it went higher. So if we had any kind of an entry near the top here, or even down here, we would be looking to cut as it went high of day, just because that's the strategy. And it allows, you to not get caught in any situation where, say, you let it go and then you add here and it kind of does the same thing, kind of consolidates and then goes higher and then you add again. So you're essentially letting a stock that's grinding higher just keep grinding higher, and you just keep losing more money. But if you were to just cut it initially, you're good to go. You take a small loss and you find one where when you get in, it actually does what you were looking for it to do, heading back down towards that previous resistance or VWAP or whatever the idea is. Somebody traded ACAD, so nice. A little bit of a double top there. Just not my type of trade. Lower volume. Wasn't high of day. Not really interested there. This is what yesterday felt like. But right around now, yesterday, I at least had the option of getting up to take my oldest to speech class. Today, I don't really have anything to do. And he's a trooper. He loves just playing. TME, interesting. I'm surprised I didn't see this one. Was this off the scanner, Cons? Looks like it might have been a little bit of a tricky one. It did get up there to 1350, 1348. This is a decent one. Volume was a little light. Had the one big volume bar, and then it kind of died off. Grinded a little bit higher. It probably was on the scanner, just probably never got alerted. Let me look up here. Yeah. Yeah, usually by now, just to show you guys, these two trackers are usually to the point where I have a scroll wheel. But as you can see, there's only been 5 alerts on the long side alerts, and then 7 on the short side. And yesterday, there was, I think, like 18 alerts total for the whole day. And that's just something that doesn't happen. Usually it's up in the 80s. So we're definitely in a weird spot right now. What are you doing? Don't do that. You're going to break it. I'm going to take it out of your college tuition. That might not be a tuition anymore in the future. Around 12, yeah. That's another thing I've kind of learned is if it's not alerting, I tend to stick away from them, because all the trades that I've went back and watched that I traded that weren't alerted from the scanners and I got in, I was always too early, and I ended up fighting a little bit. So that's another thing that I tend to stay away from. I'd rather miss the trade than jump in trying to predict a move that most likely isn't going to happen right away. MGI. Got no shares there. PCG trying to make themselves relevant today. Got all kinds of interesting resistance there. This would be the main one we'd be looking for right here. There has to be a shortcut for that to not have to do that. Just absolutely no volume though. Brian is a beast. That's all I gotta say. This dude always finds something to trade. Just to give you guys a little bit of a sneak into what one of our chat rooms looks like, we'll talk about our trade ideas and stuff, and this is where we post our charts. And as you can see, he traded Roku this morning, and then he traded ACAD, which he pretty much top ticked that one. And he's got TVIX here as well. So TVIX doesn't look like it was that great. but it looks like he came out of it just fine. Oh, I was on the wrong screen here. Roku, as you can see, he pretty much killed that one. ACAD pretty much top ticked it, and then TVIX. Wasn't the best of trades, but it looks like he came out just fine. Yes, it's funny. Some people are looking for breakouts above certain levels, and then some people are looking to short. It's kind of funny how that works. SOLY. That'd be an interesting one to look at. I haven't seen that one around in a while. Look at that volume. Just absolutely no volume. Got some people ditching out early because the market is crap right now. Not going to lie, if it doesn't give us something around, I'd say within the next hour, probably be doing the same thing. TMP. So there's just no volume. None of these even have really over 500,000 volume. Go back to the trading screen. It's kind of boring, huh? This makes you wonder the other channels that like to go live for this stuff. You know, if they're trying to hype something up, trying to make it seem like the market's not absolutely dead right now. Looks like B traded NAT as well. Looks like he was also in, or he still has some in TVIX. So just the NAT was the other one that he was in, which we all saw that kind of worked out. So he's kind of forcing trades a little bit just because there's not much else to trade, but he's still following the rules a little bit. As you saw, Nat was up there. It actually got alerted at the bell when I guess this move coming back up from the bottom at 9:31. Oh, it got alerted again at 9:51 there at 368. So it got alerted on this candle here. And I guess as it moved up, he looked for this break. It made the break, and he probably took a position here. And he said he was looking for ads up to 420, but as you can see, it never got there. And as you can see, PCG, if this would have moved up to this area on a little bit of volume, all in like one or two candles, that's probably something we'd be interested in. But now it's not something I feel like we'd be interested in. Sometimes you just got to sit on your hands, guys. Wait for the opportunities to come to you. No reason to force trades. Forcing trades usually leads to red trades. That's not what we're about. We're about making money. We're not about trading. We're not forcing trades just to trade. We're here to make money. We're not here to gamble per se. We're not here to entertain ourselves. If you are, then you're watching the wrong guy, because I'll sit here and not trade until I mean, especially like come lunchtime. I mean, if we think this is dead, I mean, it's dead. But that's the advantage of having these scanners too, is I can just keep my headphones on, have some music on, playing with the kid, and I can just listen for the scanners. And I know a lot of people like to, ask why intensity stock watch scanners over trade ideas. Well, trade ideas, they'd be alerting me like nonstop for like some crazy stuff. But intensity stock watch, as you can see, it's not alerting very often. Like if I go back to the scanners, you'll see up here on the trackers, we finally got to where I have a scroll bar, but not really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 alerts on the minus I3 scans and only 5 alerts on the plus I3 scans. So it's not alerting just absolute trash is what I'm trying to get at. where if anybody has like the High of Day Momo scanner on Trade Ideas, I guarantee you probably have over 50 alerts at this point. So knowing that I can walk away from the computer, just listen for the scanner, knowing that when the scanner does go off, it's actually a quality alert, I can come back to the computer and take a look. So that's the advantage of having something like these scanners. They pay for themselves because all it takes is that one trade, and if you nail it, that was a trade you never would have took if you didn't have the scanners. So I'm sitting here playing with my son's spider. This is the spider I was talking about. He bought it at Five Below yesterday, and he absolutely loved it. So I had to get it. I think it was actually $3. Good morning, good sir. I get to demo Sterling now. I like your layout. I'm going to imitate it. Hey, nothing wrong with that, man. I'm here to figure out what's best for me. So if what's best for me is what's best for you, then that's awesome. That's what we're here to do. We're here to find out what's the best way to do all of this. Puppies next door? Yeah. You got one barking out the front door, one barking out the back door. Sterling for CMEG is $99. Capital market. Trading platforms. What? No, pull back. Oh, that's that. Yep, $99 a month, and then it's $35 for the market data. So it would actually be $134 a month, where I was paying $150 a month with when I had DOS. Yes, it does include level 2. Well, not the $100. You have to pay for the market data with that. So it would be $134 with all that level 2 stuff. I actually don't really use level 2. Like when I was on DOS, if you noticed, I didn't even have level 2 up. I just used level 1. But with CMEG, they actually make you pay for it anyway. So I just have it up there just because. So it looks like somebody traded Levi. Interesting one. TME, nice. Constantine, looking at your chart there. That looks nice. Got the 112. That first take profit though, I'm sure you're kicking yourself on that one. Your first take profit should have been where your second take profit was, and then scale out from there. I like the scale out though. That was nice. Under Armour. UAA. Just trying to move. I know it should be on the scanner. Yep, UAA is down here. It's at a 3.7 right now. So, what you consider moving, I'm not saying what you consider moving is bad, but I'm just saying the scanner itself. Remember, we're looking for this to get up over 20, and it's currently at a 3, making this move. So it just goes to show you the types of moves I'm actually looking for. I'm looking for the really intense moves. Looks like, was Levi even on the scanner? I don't even see it up there. I mean, I'm sure it was on the scanner, but it didn't get alerted. But it looks like two guys traded that. Wonder, did he get the door open? Thomas says it was a lower number. Gotcha. Yeah, it just never actually got alerted. I'm just making sure the door was closed. When did you send that, Thomas? Did you mean to put that? I was at 9:30. You probably meant that for your montage, not for me. I also went to CMEG for a demo of Sterling. They only offered a 7-day trial. I went straight to Sterling, and they offered 14 days. No brainer there. Yeah. That's interesting. I guess I guess it is their platform, so they can do what they want, but it's interesting because I wonder if CMake has to pay for when they hand out the demo. So I wonder if that's why they only do 7 days. Like, I don't know. I'm not defending them. I don't know why they would do 7 when Sterling themselves could do 14. But I also think DOS is the same way. Doesn't DOS themselves give you a month, I want to say? Like if you go to DOS Trader's website. But at the same time, if you do it through SureTrader or CMake, they only give you 7 days as well. So it might just be a thing that they do. They might just only do 7 days. Okay, so DOS and Sterling are the same way. So they both give you 2 weeks if you go straight to them, but through the brokers, they only give you 7. And that could be a deal that they have worked out with the brokers, saying that you're only allowed to offer 7 days. So who knows? TME first partial, I actually messed up with share size when it spiked up to 1350. It got me nervous. Yeah, it'll do that. That's where the emotions come in. Everyone says trading with emotions, it's not that hard, but it makes you do things that you, in hindsight, know that you shouldn't have done. This was actually a nice sloppy seconds too. Came up, got the bounce, right off VWAP pretty much. Bounce back up, sloppy seconds. Dun dun dun. Trying to see where I got this level from. I guess it was just pre-market. I don't even remember. Did I bring this up earlier and mark that off? I don't remember doing that. Doesn't really look like a level I would have marked. Was it on the daily? I guess that really wouldn't make sense either. There's a nice little support line there on the daily though. But it was under it. It's interesting. Look at that nice downtrend too. It's pretty much like if you were to draw, I've never tried drawing one of these. Line study, trend line. Pretty much straight down. Look at that. I guess you could almost call this a descending triangle. Look at this thing. Interesting. So if you're a swing trader, it could be an interesting swing trade to the short side, looking for this to complete a descending triangle. Ugh. Thank you. That one like came out of nowhere, but it like really wrung my insides. Kind of made my chest hurt a little bit. I'm not seeing nothing. I mean, not even like, every once in a while the scanners will even give you like one false alarm or something. Not a false alarm, but like something you're like, that's not something I would trade. I can't even get that. Like AOBC trying to grind up there on pretty much no volume. Looks like Kev Dog, Mr. Kev Avery. If you ask me, I would say he forced a trade on SPWR. Big down move. Looks like he got in on this candle. Yep, and then covered into this coming back up. You're not going to see me force any trades, I'll tell you that. SPWR also wasn't alerted. You'll rarely see me trade something that wasn't alerted. And if you do, it definitely won't look like a grinder, which is kind of what this was. You see it was kind of just grinding its way down. To me, it could just keep doing that. It did have some bottom wicks there, but don't really care about bottom wicks too much. Going to set an order at 690. short. The only way I would want to get short there personally on AOBC is if we got the break of the high and it pretty much went straight there. I think earlier we had mentioned this was the 7, right at 7 and 750. Yeah, we got that resistance here at 7 and fill that gap to about 750. So those are the two key levels we'd be looking at. But we would really need some volume to come into this thing. It doesn't really have much volume, just kind of grinding right now. Does the algos messing around when I see red and green on time and sales with 0 shares? No, 0 shares just means it's under 100 shares. So that's just people trading with very little share size. Sometimes you'll see that on like from people trade on Robinhood and Webull and all those types of apps. Yeah, of course. I'm assuming you have it like mine. I have it set right now to show me the actual size. So like right now, this is actually 200 shares at 965. But a lot of level 2s will default to where, like right now, it says 100 or 400, whatever it is. It'll actually just say 1 for 100. So it'll get rid of the zeros. So every one lot that you see is actually 100. So like when it was 500 there, it would just say 5. But it's actually 500, not 5 shares. So when you have it set that way, anything that's coming up as 0 is just something that's under 100 because it's not registering. Which you can also change that on time and sales as well. So like right here, 2,800 shares, this would say 28 on the level 2 that is set up that way. Which I believe I could actually just show you. I'm really confused how my son... How did you get up there? How'd you get up on the couch? I don't see... The stool is right here, so I know you didn't use that. So confused how he got up there. Let's see. Settings, view. There we go, view settings. So it looks like... I know it's... Oh, here we go, level 2. I took the time off. I think the time was in there default. Here we go. Sort each price level by... No, it's not that. Filter out odd lot sizes. That's not it either. Interesting. Yeah, well, if you have it set up that way, Constantine, it does. Going round and round. Well, that's what I'm saying, Thomas. He's not to that point yet, so it's a little bit easier for me at the moment. And plus, when he is to that point, he'll be going to school. And then I'll be able to do this every day. We're actually looking into sending the other one full time. I honestly can't find where it is. I know in DOS you could do it, where you could set it to show it by like the hundredths or whatnot, but this, I'm not seeing it here. You can hide specific market makers. You can change the colors. Display order account. I honestly don't know. That's interesting. I would have thought that was a setting. At least it wasn't DOS. And that's the thing, is every broker's going to be different. I know DOS, it might be simple, very simplistic, but it has so many features that Sterling doesn't. So it's like Sterling might have some cool, like modern hip features, but sometimes, those are the useless ones. Like the one where I get into a position and it shows you like where I would be red or green on the trade. Like, yeah, that's cool to have, but I'd rather have some of the other simplistic features that Sterling doesn't have, that DOS does. Let me pull up time and sales. See if I can do it on there. Windows. Let's put it on. Let's do AMD because we know that'll be going crazy. So yeah, it is doing it on here too. So you can see 1, 10, 16, 2, 3. So let's see if we can change that on here. So you can filter out trades that are less than, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for it to... I just don't think they have it because that's not even an option in here. I wish I could open up DOS, but I can't because I obviously am not paying for it. But yeah, that's kind of weird too. You can display quotes. Who would want to do that on time and sales? It'd be like faking yourself out all the time. So it's like you can filter out the trades that you don't want to see, but that's not what I was talking about. Because like I think you can even do it in Thinkorswim. So like if you traded 1,200 shares, it would just say 12. Like these would all say like 1, 1, 1, 1, and this one will be a 0. This one would say 10, 10, 1, 1, 1, 1, 3, 1, 0. That one would probably just say 3 or 4, probably 3, 1, 1, 6, 1, 2. You get the idea. 48, 0, 0, 0, 0. So that's how it was working for me on DOS. Any thoughts on why the market is so slow? I have no idea. I've never seen the market this slow. I mean, I've only been around for a year, but even this time last year, it wasn't like this. Let's see. We're doing the roundup here in ISW. Got 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 0 for 0, 2 for 2, but one was break even. I read that in DJ Khaled's voice. Nice, love the consistent. Oh, we the best. We the best. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it here. See ya. So some people were checking out. Yeah, we are kind of getting to that point. Show. Yep. So Constantine was nice enough. Camden. No. Don't do that. Constantine was nice enough to show me what I was looking for. So here on DOS, as you can see, there's an option where it says share. Let me make sure I'm on the right screen. Okay, good. Share divided by 100. So that's what would make it do that. And then show only sales with a quantity. So you can change that as well. And by default, I believe it's set to 100, I want to say, because I'm pretty sure I never changed that myself. So I remember having this checked, and that was why it was doing that. So that's what I was looking for, but I guess Sterling doesn't have that. Camden. No. Camden. Yes, I'm talking to you. Can't see him. I'm like talking to a green screen. He's going to make me get up. So thank you, Constantine, for that. Appreciate that. Jumping in to help out the stream. Oh, this is frustrating. I mean, there wasn't even like any even options to talk about possibly missing. Like there's just been nothing. I mean, look at PCG coming up here and hitting that line, giving us a little bit of a pullback, but the range on this just isn't anything. And the volume, like there's like no volume. Like if we really scroll in, keep in mind these are 2-minute candles and they're not even getting above 60,000. We got 9,000, 22,000, 8,000. Like I tend to trade ones that have over 100, 150,000 every 2 minutes. So yeah, Boyts, this is an interesting market we're in right here. Yesterday and today. Monday was okay. Monday kind of gave us some opportunities right at the bell. But yeah, definitely not what we're looking for. Thomas, did you see my shirt? Did you see the shirt earlier? Sometimes, guys, trading is boring. It's much better to sit here and not do anything, and not lose money. Camden. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I felt like the neighbor from Tim the Toolman Taylor, Home Improvement, looking over the fence. Everyone is just saying how boring this is. It's true. I mean, hey, everybody with 9-to-5 jobs, every once in a while you just have a day where you're just bored out of your mind. So, but the beauty of trading is you can just get up. Oh, I guess I'm gonna hear 9 to 5. At least you're getting paid. Well, in a way, you're getting paid by not trading because you're cash, right? Cash is a position. Always remember that. Do not force a trade. Forcing a trade is only going to lead to bad things. And even if it works this one time or maybe even 2-3 times, then you're just setting up bad behavior because it will burn you in the future. It's never good to force it. Of course, Constantine. Get some sleep, man. We will see you tomorrow. Hopefully this will pick back up. It's starting to look like Monday might be the day. Maybe even Tuesday. Monday might not be, but there's a lot of earnings on Monday. So Monday might be the day that we're looking for something to happen. I'm going to go fill my water up. Oh, I just hit my chair. Bear back. If anyone's interested in some cool gifts, ones that might make things not so boring, Thomas just posted one in the Discord. So I'll go ahead and link you the Discord just in case. And before you guys get out of here, not only join the Discord because that's where we kind of talk to keep ourselves going when the market is like this, but smash that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit that damn subscribe button because I'm trying to go places. No, I'm just kidding. It's just nice to feel the support, guys. You guys have been great. I can't believe we're already at 643. That's crazy. If you would have asked me when I first started what I would have thought I'd be at right now or even just by the end of the year, I would have been saying I just hope to get to 300. But we're at 643. Now, you see I put the goal down in OBS just because things kind of started ramping up. So the goal right here, $1,000 by the end of the year, $1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That would just be absolutely insane. That would be so cool. But all right, let me go get a drink real quick. I am thirsty, and then I'm gonna be making them dumplings soon. See, you gotta have something to look forward to, even on days like this. You gotta really look forward to them dumplings. Yeah, I saw you bowling. Yeah, you setting up the pins and knocking them over. Oh my god, the smile on his face was priceless. That was absolutely priceless. He was setting the pins up and he got them all set up and he just got the biggest smile on his face and then he was knocking them over just in complete ecstasy. It's right on the tip of my tongue, that stupid effect that I was trying to think of earlier. going to find it because now it's bothering me. What is it? What I'm talking about? This is really bothering me. Two things, by the way. My refrigerator is really slow at filling up my water, which is never fun. I feel like I'm standing there for an hour every time I'm filling it up. And two, we hit the 50s for the first time since summer. Felt so good this morning. PCG trying to do something. So is AOBC. Why is it right on the tip of my head and I can't think about it? I can't think of it. Change filter. It is funny because the change filter thing did just come up, but it's not the filter. Because I've been dealing with this since we moved into the house. I actually got the placebo effect. When we moved in, I actually made it a little bit better because the valve wasn't fully opened when we first, because it was like super slow when we first moved in, and then I got it to the point of where it is now, but it's still not like I believe where it's supposed to be. But yeah, the placebo effect is what I was thinking of. You know, the drug that you take, but it doesn't really do anything, blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't even remember what the placebo, like why I was thinking of that in the first place. Talking about breakfast tacos in the ISW chat. All right. I'm going to give this... We'll stick around for a little bit longer. We'll give this till about 11. We'll go to 11. Nothing pops up. I'm going to make my dumplings early. My son actually slept in for the most part this morning, so I'm trying to keep him up a little bit later. So maybe he'll actually sleep a little bit later for his nap, which would be nice. Because then when he wakes up, it's less time between him being awake and when the mother and the other one gets home. So kind of a mental thing there. Did anybody trade anything today? Anybody? Bueller? Bueller? I keep watching your gift, Thomas, since it's just chilling there. It's just on repeat, just going and going and going. When you see white on time and sales, what does that mean? It depends. Go to your settings. It should break it down. It should tell you. I don't know because every time in sales is different. But if it was white, it probably is in the middle. So like, say you have. Do any of these have it? No. So if there's a spread, I mean, I guess you could do it here. But say like 973 is on the bid, 974 is on the offer. If a price gets printed at 973.5, that would technically be inside the bid and the offer. So it would be printed a different color. Yeah, that would be my assumption. But again, I would check just to make sure because I don't know. But if like right now you see 975 getting printed on SPWR and it was white, then that's most likely the case because that's inside the spread. Come on, market gods. So like yesterday I said we had 18 total alerts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We've only had 12 so far. This is scary. Yeah, that's most likely what it is. If I had to guess, if I had to bet on it, that is what I would bet on. Does anybody here play poker? Like actually play poker? Like they're pretty into it? Like they kind of know some people that play poker, et cetera, et cetera? Mr. Mackey. I was just curious if anyone's been following the Mike Postle situation as of late. Yeah, Stefan, that's how it was for me yesterday. I was here for like the first half hour, and I had to go for the son's speech appointment. So some days it's gonna happen. You just gotta sit on your hands and realize that cash is a position, and come back tomorrow. Right? That's all you can do. It's better than forcing a trade and losing some money. All right. These guys are talking about Mexican places, restaurants. He's trying to tell me that this is a good one. Let me see if I can find the one that we go to all the time. We actually just went there last night. Let's see the menu. They don't have pictures. It's family owned and operated by white people. Oh no, she kind of looks like she's probably the cook. Okay, that makes sense. I only saw the guy at first, but now I see the family. Jeez, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 kids. Yeesh. Thomas, he's at work. Here, I'll give him the other one that he loves so much. Worse. Why would? Oh, because of his wife. That's funny. Oh, gallery. Okay, let's see some of these pictures. I see burritos. Yeah, their food. Yeah, their food looks pretty authentic. Looks yummy. Now I want to go back. I just said I'm going to start my diet today. I'm sitting here looking at freaking stuff that I shouldn't be looking at. But yeah, if anyone's been following the Mike Postle situation, it's interesting. Just to catch you up just a tad while we're just sitting here. Apparently this guy he's on a show called Stones Live. It's like a live stream, poker stream. And he was, a guy that showed up, played all the time, and, he would win sometimes, lose sometimes. And out of nowhere, the guy just started winning all the time, making some insane plays that the best of the pros have said it's just odd. And when you go back and watch a lot of the hands, like they're floating around YouTube right now, every time he's in a hand, right before he makes a key decision, he does this. And some of the guys, they've shown that in the past, he would always have his phone up on the table. But now his phone's in his lap, and he tends to, as he's making a decision, he'll do something like this, oh, this is a tough decision or something. He'll grab his hat, and then he forces his head down to look at, or assuming his phone in his lap. And he always seems to make the correct call, whether it's to bluff off his entire stack knowing that the other guy's weak, whether it's to make a hero call on a guy that went all in, and he's got middle pair. Just so many different things that he's doing that's just odd. And he's in 60 consecutive streams where he's walked away with like making money. And so what everyone thinks is happening is there's an RFID reader for each and everybody's, for each player's hole cards as they're dealt to them. So as the card passes over the RFID reader, it'll go to the main system so that the people watching the stream can know their cards. Now, obviously, the stream is on delay. So like hearing the comment, and I believe even the commentators watching what's happening is on delay, so that there's no way that there's collusion in that way either. So what we think is happening, and everyone that is assuming is happening, is he came up with some kind of device that he put in his keys, because if you notice in the videos too, his keys are sitting up on the table, that is basically reading wirelessly the RFID readers and sending it to his phone, so he knows what everyone has, basically. So yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. And if you want to go look into it, it's pretty interesting. Mr. Mackey, what's up? Gave you the proper what's up there. Gave it to you in voice and in text. Thomas, that's so cool, because now I know that your window is pretty much the same size as my window based on the amount of dots you put in there. The sense of urgency in those dots. Oh, that's so great. I'm going to give you the thumbs up in the welcome screen. If anybody's interested in the Discord, I post every trade that I make. I post in there. Post watch list. There's 2 channels for halted stocks and news alerts. If you're interested, it automatically updates every stock that's halted. News as it comes out from various news sources. You got like I don't even know what they all are. Seeking Alpha, CNBC, Wall Street Journal, Market Watch. Looks like those are the 4 main ones. If I do come across anything that is something that I think is educational, I'll throw it in the education section every time I post a YouTube video and do the live stream. There's also a questions channel. So if anybody were to have any questions, feel free to type those in there. We'll obviously do our best to answer them. But yeah, and that's just cool to have, because having a place to talk when we're not live like this, or just after hours, you'll see us chatting in there every once in a while in after hours. It's nice to have a place to have a community, right? That's the whole point of this YouTube channel in the first place, is to just have a community where you guys know that you can come and watch somebody that's transparent, always been fully transparent, truthful. I'm always going to tell you the truth as long as I can. As we've always said, like with the affiliates, I can only tell you so much. I'm going to try to find a way to tell you without telling you, kind of thing, if I have to. Yeah, so that's the whole point, is to know that you can come to this channel and what you're watching is 100% legit. And I hate to say it, but unlike a lot of the other channels out there, you just don't know. You don't know, because they don't prove it. So you never have to worry about that here. If there's a way to prove it more than the ways I've already proved it, then I will. If you were to do a trade right now and wanted to use your paper account, you would just hit the drop down and change for each entry. You demand. I'm assuming that was for my little spiel that I just had, but yes. Let's what has the most volume right here? Let's go to the scanner. The most active is X. So let's go to X. So this is getting a ton of volume to the downside. So let's say we wanted to long this for whatever reason. We wanted to do it on the demo. We just change it down, and let's see what the range on this. So we'd probably, like, if we were really looking to trade this for whatever reason, we'd probably trade, let's do 150. And you can use your hotkeys at this point. So let's say we were looking to be right or right out here at $10. So you would just hit buy. So put us in, and by default, since the default is set to my default account, it's going to go back to that. So yeah, you would just hit the drop down menu, make sure you're on there again, pulls up our position size, as you can see it up here as well. You're good to go. So we got our average there at 10.07. As you can see, this is the little fancy green and red lines I was talking about. It shows you where your average is on the chart, which is kind of cool, but there's some other things I'd rather have besides that. Nope, same broker. It's still CMEG. It's just a new platform. We went from DOS over to Sterling. One, because it's cheaper, and two, because they have more shorts available. So that was the reason for the change. Lightspeed? I've never used Lightspeed. I wish I could use Lightspeed, but that would require me to have $25,000. The only person I know that uses Lightspeed that I would ever recommend is GDT. He uses Lightspeed. This kid is bowling away. Yep, no problem. And then, yeah, just to show you a stop live there, Thomas. If I wanted to set a stop below like 10, say that was my cutoff, I would just put this to S stop. And this is just for a regular stop. This is for a trailing stop. And $9.99, and I would hit sell. So now I have a stop in there for my 150 shares if it got down there. Nope. Yeah, I one day hope to be on something like Lightspeed, but I can't afford it. And here I'll show you why. the full transparency part of it. Where is that? Windows. Count values. So we're sitting at $5,597. So started this time around with 5,000, and so yeah. We're just slowly building. Hopefully, when we get to 10,000, that's kind of our goal, is when we'll look to scale up a little bit. And so from there, we'll see how it works out. Smash those pins. Oh, gotcha. Him. And that would be a market order, correct. Yeah, if you want, you can expand this a little bit. So it would market me out, and something with a liquidity like this, as you can see, there's tons of, I mean, the float on this is probably nuts. Let's see. Yeah, 169 million, which is higher. So you get more share size coming through, especially when you got a lot of volume. So you'll find more people at each level. But if you wanted it to be a limit order, you could have it set to like say 9. Let's just do this for. Let me make sure I change it back to the demo. So let's cancel this. So put 9.99 as the trigger, but then say we don't want to get out until 9.95. So then we would hit that like that. And it just took me out for whatever reason. Or wait, no. Wait, what just happened? So it's saying it executed at 10. Oh, okay, it's realized. I thought that was still moving for some reason. So for some reason that didn't work. Did I not change it to stop? I didn't change it to stop, did I? Crap. Let's try that again. So 150. We'll get back in. All right, so now we're back in. Let's change back to this. Stop. 9.99. 9.95. So there we go. So I didn't have it. Oh, what just happened? Did it hit? Maybe these are backwards. Preference stop. Oh, because it's going to give you the better price. I don't know. What's the point of having the preference over here if it's not a limit order? Because it says stop limit price. Maybe if I leave this blank, let's try that. So this is just as much of a learning experience to me, because I haven't tried any of this, because I don't really do this. So let's get back in. Change it back. Stop. So let's put this at 9.99. Or let's put this blank. So let's see if it'll make it. Let's see if it'll do it this way. or if it'll let me. No, it just took me right out. I put it on stop that time, didn't I? So the preference was to stop out at $9.99, but it gave it to me because it was at a better price. See, this is why you got to figure all this stuff out on a demo. A demo account. All right, let's try this again. All right, so we're back in. So I know that if we set the stop this way, it gives it to us. Right? So it'll put the stop in at $9.99. So what is the point of putting the stop in along with a price? Like, what's the point of putting it in over here? Like, if we put $9.90, it's going to stop me. It's going to do it right away, I think, right? Or no, well, last time it actually hit $9.99, so let's try this again. Okay, so put it in. So it says $9.99 stop, but the price says $9.90. So from what I could understand from the video that they put out, it would give us the $9.99 would be the trigger, and then it wouldn't fill us until $9.90. But I guess maybe it doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me. And I've been trying to figure out the trailing stop. Like, I think you would put the trailing based off. So like if you do, let's cancel this. It's about to stop me out anyway. Go back to there. So trailing stop, I think you would put the price in that you're looking to trail, and then it would just automatically do it from the bottom. So like if I hit 990 here, trailing stop, it should make it an 11 cent trail. Let's see. So yeah, it must have clicked right when I did it. So it made it a 12 cent trail. Well, I thought it was a stop limit as well, but maybe you just have to put the same price in for both. Like, I'm not sure. The way that they have it set up, it sounded like you could make this a trigger, and then this would be the limit price. Like, see how when you highlight over it, it says preference stop limit price, but that didn't seem to be the case. I'm a little confused too why this trailing stop is moving. See, now it says 14 cents. Kind of makes me interested into what it would actually do. And obviously that's a market order. Maybe it's saying that's how far away it is from. Well, that wouldn't make sense because as it climbs, that should climb with it too. Because on DOS, it would actually just go off of whatever it is. And as it climbed or dropped, you would see it working. So now I'm curious what it's actually going to do. We set it at 990, right? It doesn't say it, but the intensity strategy, do you think it could be good with what I am using? And the brokers do not charge commissions, routing fees, etc. It's all in the spread, not taxable. Just let me start from the top. Just to bore you, I live in the UK, and here we have something called spread betting. I used to watch Mark. Do you watch Mark from, I think it's spread betting like US or UK, I think, on YouTube. I used to watch him, but then they just started putting out like way too many videos. And a lot of them weren't really what I was looking to watch anyway. Similar to CFD, but UK only, not taxable, and the brokers do not charge commission. I mean, the strategy is a strategy. It should work regardless of like how you're trading. So, yes, I would say yes, because you're still trading the same equities and whatnot. Yeah, UK spread betting, that's it. Yeah, I used to follow him back when I was still new because he had like a lot of stuff that I felt that was relatable and relative, but then it just kind of confused me. I'm really confused to where it says 14 cents. This might take a while to figure it out. I should have made it like 5 cents. It triggers on the first box and then gives the best price between the two. Yeah, but doesn't that defeat the purpose of putting in the limit price? It wouldn't make sense to me. think when you put two prices in a stop limit. Yeah, but what I'm saying is it was taking, like, if I put $9.99 in here and then whatever over here, it was giving me that $9.99 once it was hit, regardless. So that's why it was confusing. I would have to switch my main setting to the demo account so I can see myself buying in a paper account and selling in the real. I've done that. I've done it actually like 3 or 4 times now, and because of it, I always, like, if I enter a demo trade, like if I right after I hit it, I'll usually do it again real quick just to make sure, because I don't want the default to be the demo account, because then every time you want to trade for real, you have to do it for the real account. But if you're just like, if you're looking to practice a new strategy or something like that, then yeah, it would be a good idea to just make the default excuse me, to make the default the demo account. You took my water, little thief. Dun, 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 dun. Oh man, what a morning. Got 13-ish minutes left, and I'm gonna get out of here. This is too much. Too much for me to sit here and not do. I see GDT just put a video out. It says no trades today. It's 1 minute and 18 seconds long. I'm not even going to make a separate video because I have no reason to. Looks like Mr. Trading Monkey is still live. You guys better help me beat him to 1,000 subs. That's all I got to say. If any of you guys are here, by the way, and you're, because I've had some people that usually come and join in the live stream, they've said that sometimes it doesn't pop up for whatever reason. If you go to my page and hit the little notification bell, that way it should tell you when I'm going live. So that way you don't have to only see it if you go to your subscriptions page or whatever. So like if on, that way you don't have to guess on like Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, because right now it's kind of iffy depending on my little one. If Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I will go live. I'm trying to do it on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but if for some reason he doesn't allow me to, then that way you'll know because it won't pop up. But then if I am going live and you're curious if I am, then it'll pop up. So it's a good way to always remember, or always know, I should say, not remember. Maybe I'll change this. I'm a little confused. Or maybe we can find something that's moving a little bit better. Let's get out of this. Let's just sell position now. Let's try TVIX. There we go. We're at a pretty key level here. Let's buy, do 150 again. Why not? We're on a demo account. So let's do, just making sure we're on demo there. So let's try this trailing stop. And we're at 6 cents, so let's make it 0.07 cents. Or, well, yeah, let's try the 14.99, so it should do it itself. Trailing stop, sell. Okay. So it's set at the 6 cents, which would make sense. So now it's saying 8 cents. So maybe that's just telling us how far away we are from the stop, which doesn't really make sense. Because the whole point of a trailing stop is that if I set it there and it was 6 cents when I got it, it should stay at 6 cents. But now it's just moving away and it just says 9 cents. But now I'm curious if it were to come back down. If it were to come back down to, like, since we climbed, what, like 4 cents there? So if we got back down to like 1503, technically our stop should get hit, right? See if we can add, like, stop price, open orders. This is a lot of, oh, there's a lot of option stuff in here too. I don't see what we're looking for. Now I just wanted to do something. It's just going to consolidate on us. Come on, Mr. Tvix. Part of me wants it to go down to 15 just to see what it would do. Some quality background music. Strawberry milk? More? Can you say more? Say more. More? Yeah, you're smiling. Can you say more? More. Oh, that was a good try. Can you say it again? More. Just lifting your belly, lifting your shirt to see your belly. Say more. That's not more. Try one more time. More. More. If you don't have kids, this is what raising a kid is like. You have to constantly... Oh, shut up. That's not what we were looking for. But look, yeah, the trailing stop went up. Okay, let's go get more. Strawberry milk, don't you? Yeah. Hey, now you don't want it? You got so excited for me to make it. Here you go. Yeah, there you go. Well, I gotta go back. Okay, let me close it. Yes? That was a good dad. Yeah, I heard you say dad. You drinking it? You drinking your strawberry milk? Is it yummy? Yeah. He gets so excited. I want some more. Look at this thing. Should have traded it for real, huh? You've got 3, yeah. So you know all about what I'm going through. The constant trying to teach him how to do stuff. That's the fun part. Especially trying to get him to talk. He's like right at that point where he's trying. So now we're up to 20. I really don't understand this at all. Like, is it literally telling me that my stop is just 21 cents away? I mean, because when we put the order in, it was what, 5 or 6 cents? So if we can get 6 cents below, it should stop us out, right? So that's what we want. It got to a high there of 20. So we wanted to get down to at least 14. Come on. It got down to 15. Now it's getting bought back up. So I guess that means the SPY is probably kind of up on the day a little bit, huh? Because it came back down. It says we're at 290. Almost 291. I know if you click the red smart, it will cancel the order. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, I actually have it put up on the montage as well. You can, the open orders bar under view, it puts it right there, so you don't have to even worry about that. I actually kind of like it there, but I have it up here too, so. And the reason I put that on there is because when it kept putting me into positions, I didn't understand why. Look at this, we're just squeezing. Should have hit this one by accident, right? Just kidding. I would have been out of it already by anyway because it was an accident. Jay Towers, how old are your 3 kids? I'm assuming they're not the same age as mine because how did we get there? We're at 27, so we got to 26. So it should have stopped us out right there, right? Now part of me wants it to go down under 15 just to see what's going on. 8, 6, and 3. Nice. Was the one that's 3, the youngest, was that planned or just kind of happened? Because we wanted our kids close together. Because me and my brother, we were pretty as close to 5 years apart as you can get. And it was just a little too far apart. And her brother were, I think, a little under 7 years apart. And we both said that we kind of missed having that, like, closeness of being able to kind of grow up together. So when we were having our kids, we wanted them close together. And we did pretty well at that. They're 21 months apart, 21 and a half months. You had to pull the plug. She wanted more than 3. Ugh. My wife originally wanted 3, and I always have wanted 2. Like, that was always my plan. But once we had the second one, our first one was like, and if there's such things as angels, that he was one as a baby all the way until now, all the way until he turned 3. But our youngest, he's been actually the complete opposite. He was a complete menace until about like a year and let's say like 15 months. And then he started just becoming awesome. Like, he's such an awesome kid now. I love that kid. I literally, for like the first 10 months, maybe 12 months, did not love that kid. No, I'm just kidding. But he was not fun to be around. Mine are 13 years apart. So, I mean, you actually, Thomas, because yours are older, like, do they play together? Like, I feel like 13 years, that's even crazier. That's more of I'm going to almost be like a second or third parent in that case. Like, I'm going to almost kind of help them grow up instead of growing up together kind of thing. Which everybody has different plans. You know, some kids are planned, some kids aren't, you know, all that kind of stuff. But thankfully, we were lucky enough to kind of have a plan, and it kind of worked out so far. So we're really happy. You know, she wanted a girl, obviously, second, and I did too. It would have been nice to have a boy, girl, you know, the typical American dream of having a boy first, girl second, so they can protect their little sister, et cetera, et cetera. But when we found out we were having the boy, that immediately went out the window. I mean, for me anyway. The wife we actually finally had a girl in our family. It's a cousin, but everyone seemed to have boys since we had our first. And we finally had a girl, and we went and saw her. Actually, it was like 2 weeks ago. And she said it didn't end up feeling the way that she thought it would. Like, she didn't get completely upset, you know, because she wanted a girl so bad and all that good stuff. So that was good. And she's obviously completely happy with the 2 that we have. So PlayStation Online. Yep. I really wanted to see this stop get hit, but obviously it's not what I thought. All it's doing is it was just counting up, telling me where, like, how far away it was. Yeah, I'm expecting these 2 to fight like all the time, especially because the little one, my oldest one, he's more of like, he has the personality of like your intelligent, non-physical attributes, whereas in the young one, he's like, I'm just going to run around hitting and throwing and all. Like, he's the more physical, like, sports jock type person. So I'm kind of interested to see how that plays out. That's one part that we knew was going to eventually happen and be annoying. But I feel like once they get past that stage, like once they're into their teenage years and like they're in high school together and stuff like that, I feel like that's when the real true brother bond will start to grow. Because me and my brother, we never really had it. Like, and my brother is the intelligent type of person, and I was the jock, and so we just never really were doing the same thing anyway. So it was a little frustrating, just kind of looking back in that aspect. Hot tub and crown and shots. Come on! I wanted you to die. This isn't moving as fast. I mean, I guess it is moving faster than the other one was. What was the other one? X. Hey, will you stop that? This one actually kept going down. So that actually would have gave us our answer if we would have just been patient with it. Look at this thing. I'm just going to get out of this. Oh, what's going on? The spy crashing or something? Alright, we'll take that. We ended up $18 Monopoly money. There's a guy that literally calls himself Monopoly on YouTube. It's kind of funny. Alright, we'll figure the whole trailing stop thing out another day. Actually, this is a pretty big move. Let's try it one more time. Let's get in here. We'll just do 50 shares. Set the trailing stop at something. We'll just do... I already kind of came down, so let's do it at 26. See, look. Thankfully, it didn't pop up. I was about to do it. Trailing stop. Jeez. Look at that. We bought the dip, sell the rip. Trying to get it as close to this as I can so it'll get hit. All right, let's just do it there. 34. Okay, so 3 cents away. It'd be nice if it like tried to climb to 38 just to see it click up one and then drop. But okay, we're coming. Oh, there we go. Okay. So yeah, it went up 1 cent. So it was at 34. I look like a pro right now. Look at that. Sell the top, buy the dip. I mean, essentially I was doing that by trying, but I didn't think it was going to continue like that. Oh. Nope, it didn't work. So what the heck is a T-stop? It says right here. So is it 4 cents under that? Well, no, that obviously isn't it, because now we're 4 cents under. I don't know. I guess your guess is as good as mine at this point. But we're going to go ahead and get out of it. All right. Well, that's going to do it for me, guys. Appreciate you all stopping in. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you aren't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Always appreciate the support. I am sorry that the market sucked this morning, but we had absolutely nothing to trade. I mean, just nothing. If you're interested in the scanners, today is hump day. It's Wednesday. Let me pull those up real quick. They're all around me now, as you can see. If you're interested in those, there'll be a link down in the description below, up to 30% off lifetime. Just shouting that out. Do it every Wednesday. Not trying to hard sell you on anything. If you're interested in learning more about Sterling on CMEG or just CMEG in general, more about the scanners, join the Discord or hit me up on Twitter. It's easiest to talk there. But until tomorrow, I will catch you guys. I'm going to try this whole thing. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So, yeah, we'll do that. Peace.